Welcome to this video. In this class, we'll be looking into how to install WordPress through cPanel, how to install WordPress in our website. Alright, let's get to practical immediately. The first thing you want to do is to head to your browser. Once you're on your browser, go to your hosting platform. For this class, we'll be making use of Ostea server, osteaserver.com. Immediately you are there, you want to log into your platform. Immediately you are logged in, you identify the domain into which you want to install your WordPress. For this class, we'll be making use of osteaempire.com. Immediately you have been able to identify the domain into which you want to install your WordPress. You then log into cPanel, because that is where we'll be doing the WordPress installation. Immediately you're in your cPanel, you come over here and you search for WordPress. Alright, here you have it, WordPress Manager by Software Plus. So you click on that, and then it loads this interface for you. Now this is osteaempire.com. Why you are seeing this here is because WordPress has been installed into this domain already. However, what we want to do now is to install WordPress into a subdomain that I have created before now. Note that how to install a WordPress into subdomain or a major domain is the same thing. Just follow the steps that I'm showing you now. If you are installing your WordPress into a major domain, by the time you get here, there's likelihood, or it is very certain, that you are not going to be seeing anything here. Don't forget, simply come up here and click on install. That's the next thing to do now. Click on install. Once you click on install, you will land on this interface. Alright, there are a few things that you must pay attention to when you are on this interface. The first thing is this box over here. You want to check it out. There are various URLs here, so you want to be sure that what you have there is HTTPS. Alright, HTTPS, as you are seeing it here. Sometimes you might have this included in the box, sometimes you might have this, sometimes you might have this. Just make sure that you click on this. Alright, then you come down here, and you make sure that the domain that is inserted in this space is the very domain into which you want to install your WordPress. Now remember that I have told you that WordPress has been installed into osteaempire.com, but we want to install WordPress into a subdomain. Here is the subdomain over here. So we will now select it, and we have it here now. If what I wanted to do is to install the WordPress into this major domain, then I would have selected it. But where I want to install WordPress is into this subdomain. If I have more than one subdomain, 2, 3 subdomains, I will simply come here, identify the subdomain into which I want to install my WordPress, and I'll click on it. Also, if I want to install WordPress on a major domain, I will come here, identify the major domain, and click on it, and then I will have it here. The next thing to do is to come down here and do away with WP. You have to erase it. Alright, if you have done that, very good. You come down here, and then you input whatever you want to be using as a username here. I advise you to make use of something that you can easily remember. However, it has to be strong so that you will not be hacked by people. Anybody who has access to this username and password, as you can see here, will be able to log into your WordPress dashboard. Okay, so you want to make sure that what you are using here is something unique. However, you must be able to remember. Right, so so I will input my username and my password, and then we'll get to what next. Now I have inputted my username and my password. Then I will scroll down and I will click on install. Right, now let me go through this once more. Make sure you have HTTPS selected here. Make sure you have your desired domain selected here. Make sure you have WP that is written into this space erased. Input your username, input your password, scroll down, and then you click on install. Then you come back up here, then your WordPress will start installing. Now as you can see here, WordPress has been successfully installed at the domain that we selected. Okay, that is how to install WordPress on a domain. Now if you want to visit the WordPress dashboard of this domain that we just installed, alright, what you have to do is to come down here. You can click on this link that you have here, or you combine this domain URL I will be telling you. Now what you have to do to access the WordPress dashboard is to come down here, click on this URL you have here. It will land you on the WordPress dashboard, or go to your browser and input the domain that you installed WordPress into. For instance, if your domain name is festus.com, alright, you have installed WordPress on festus.com, you now want to access the WordPress dashboard of festus.com. What you therefore do is go to your browser and input festus.com/wp-admin. If you look at the URL you are seeing here, you have server.osteempire.com. That's the subdomain into which we installed our WordPress. Then you will now see /wp-admin. So whatever URL that you installed WordPress will come first, then you add /wp-admin. This implies /WordPress-admin. Okay, so that is how to access your WordPress dashboard. Thank you for staying to the end of this video. The video is proudly brought to you by Ostea Server. Bye for now.